We are doing it live. This is the semifinal round of the 2016 USA Climbing Bouldering National Championships. We are live at the Monona Terrace in Madison, Wisconsin. Brian Reynolds, Chris Widener, and Emily Harrington in the booth with you for the semifinal round here. Chris, Emily, we had 90 men and 45 women competing yesterday. Just 21 men and 20 women are competing today. Who are you guys looking forward to seeing?
Gosh, I'm really looking forward to seeing the women's semifinal because Megan Mascarenas came out on top in the semis. Alex Puccio is defending her 9-time title, and I feel like the young Megan has a good chance of upsetting the reigning champion, but we know Alex Puccio wants that 10th win in a row. Emily?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's pretty similar on the men's side. Daniel looked super strong yesterday, really calm. Hopefully he can keep that up today. But there are a lot of young up-and-comers, namely Sean Robitou, who seems to really be coming into his own.
That's right.
Speaking of young up-and-comers, we got to look at Martin Kuhnel there on men's semifinal number 1. Martin qualified in 21st position. 21 men because our defending champion, Muhammad Jafari, is a foreign national, so he does not count against that 20-person quota for semifinals. We got Kasia Pietrus there on women's semifinal number 1. Kasia qualifying in 20th position.
You know, I'm also looking forward to seeing 4th place finisher Charles Barron yesterday, kind of a wild card in the top 4 of the men, and Palmer Larson and Will Anglin. We got some names that are just not normally associated with the top 10 climbers, and we'll just have to see what's going to happen with those guys. It's always fun to have some wild cards in the mix.
Kasia came within inches of reeling in that finish hold. Climbers have 4 boulder problems in the semifinal round. They have 5 minutes of climbing. Do their best to get up to the top of these problems. This is the first time they've seen any of these problems. There's no preview time, no rehearsal, no anything that come out of isolation. And they have to get right down to business.
It's an important distinction, Brian. 5 minutes today per problem, like you said, instead of 4 minutes from yesterday. That'll give them a little bit more rest, a little bit more time. Because yesterday we actually saw a number of climbers actually time out on their problems. And I think they're trying to avoid the timing out while still keeping it flowing today. And it's definitely going to flow. They're going to have 8 competitors on the wall at the same time once these spots fill up here. It's going to be kind of crazy, and it's going to go by fast.
It's definitely going to be a good show, that's for sure.
Yeah, it's going to start out slow here, but within the next 20 minutes or so, there will be 8 climbers on the wall at once, 4 men and 4 women. It's going to get nuts.
Both of them getting close to the top.
Oh, Kasia Pietrus finishing women's number 1.
Great performance by Kasia Pietrus there. And Martin Kuhnel, he got very, very close. Now, the competitors do have to match both hands in the box, the taped box at the top of each problem. They have to demonstrate control with both hands.
Never stop exploring. For all of you climbing, skiing, running enthusiasts out there, let the North Face Mountain Athletics app help you.
Reminder all weekend to join the conversation on social media with the hashtag USAC Bouldering. A lot of great support out there for Bouldering Nationals this year. Appreciate everyone tuning in. We are just getting started here with our semifinal coverage. Leading up to our number 1 qualifiers, Megan Mascarenas and Daniel Woods.
Coming up next here, we're going to have Lisa Chulich from Portland, Oregon for the ladies, and Carlo Traversi. Carlo, there he is. Didn't have an awesome finish yesterday. He's definitely one of the potential finalists today. He did squeak in, though, in 19th place. So good to see him out there have a chance.
Yeah, hopefully he can have a better day than he did yesterday.
Yeah, it's important to note that the competitor scores have basically reset. So how they did yesterday really has no bearing on how they qualify for finals. It's a fresh start here in semifinals, so you just got to get into semis and anything can happen. Would not be the first time somebody qualified in 20th position and made it to finals.
That's right.
Top 6 make it to finals. It's such a difficult cut. There's not many climbers when you start with 135.
Yeah, we had a chance to preview these problems, at least walk by them and take a look, and there's a really nice blend as usual between the kind of vertical and just slightly overhanging first problems of the day to the middle of the wall and problems 3 and 4, which are very steep, very powerful looking. Of course, the course setters here try to exploit all different facets of climbing here in these boulder problems, and they've done a great job so far.
Yeah, it's definitely fun to see who excels where. You have some climbers who are really good at these super vertical technical slab climbs, and then others who are really powerful and just showing off their strengths on the steeper stuff.
Carlo just made that initial jump, which seems to be one of the harder moves on this first problem. He's also probably one of the shorter finalists, I'm going to say.
But one thing you're going to hear me talk about a lot today is that
that can help on these vert problems where you have to get all scrunched up, but not always. Hard to say.
Yeah, we saw that yesterday. There was a really scrunchy move up high.
Lisa Chulich on the left, balancing her way up the black blobs.
Carlo just a couple moves from the finish, as is Lisa.
Both of these climbers here on the wall have been previous finalists in Bouldering Nationals.
And Carlo definitely with a lot of experience. He knows what it takes to make it into finals.
And Lisa Chulich with the top.
Oh. Carlo.
There's that scrunchiness we were just talking about. If he can make this happen,
Yeah.
Carlo Traversi.
he matches
With
in the
the
box,
top of
and that's
men's
one
one.
finish.
Nice work by Carlo. Getting to the top of the problems is the most important scoring criteria, as you would expect.
And both climbers finished with more than, or just about 2 minutes of additional rest in this 5, and then they get 5 minutes of rest while the next climbers compete.
Coming up soon for the men, Josh Larson, Nick Milburn, Austin Guyman, all 3 of whom could make it into finals. For the women, Sydney Trinidad, Katie Lamb, Sarah Griffith, Claire Burfine, past finalists as well.
Like pizza, hot dog, chicken fingers.
Very deep field this year at Bouldering Nationals.
Keep yourself energized through the day. Head on over to the snack
Yeah,
shack.
it almost seems like anyone has a shot at making it to finals. They just have to have the right day.
You know, someone I was really impressed by yesterday was Ty Landman. He has always been super strong, climbed V15, known for his mega strong fingers. He's both a British citizen and an American citizen, so he actually is able to take the title this year. And he was just one of 3 climbers, the others of course being Jimmy Webb and Daniel Woods, who topped out 4 or 5 of the 5 problems yesterday. And he was climbing last, which just made it even more difficult. The crowd was leaving. There was no one else on the wall with him.
He'd been in isolation for 6.5 hours before he started climbing.
That's right. Yeah, it was nuts. Ty Landman just had a
He's
strong.
all business.
Yeah, exactly.
We're already seeing that the first problem for the men and the women are doable, so start to give us a sense of how many tops it's going to take to get into finals. I think we know that the remaining problems are going to be more difficult just based on our preview, Chris. They look pretty brutal.
That's right. Worth noting too from yesterday, Maya Madera was in 3rd place, Lily Canavan in 4th, and Michaela Kirsch in 5th. You don't often hear about Maya and Lily in the top other than Lily's recent win at Dark Horse. So those 2 young climbers certainly can be breathing down the neck of Alex Puccio.
Our new climbers out on the wall for the women is Sydney Trinidad, climbing out of Seattle, Washington. Josh Larson for the men, one of our finalists from last year. Josh had an uneven round in qualifying yesterday. No, he's going to want to climb better today if he's going to make it into finals.
Josh was 1 match away from being on the podium here at the USA Nationals.
There's Sydney Trinidad. See that red tape on the side of the wall that the competitors are not allowed to put their hands around that and weight the wall.
Martin Cunell falling off the top of men's 2.
For those of you who are unfamiliar with this type of format,
and typically, Chris, in the past, the semifinals round has actually been the hardest round in the competition, but yesterday the qualifying round was pretty difficult for most of the competitors. Most of the people that qualified here only completed 2, maybe 3 problems during qualifiers, so I don't know if the route setters needed to ratchet up the difficulty much at all.
That's right. Yeah, only the top 9 men out of 90 completed 3 or more problems. So yeah, it was a tough one. There was a lot of time where all 5 climbers were, or all 4 climbers from yesterday rather, were looking at the wall, standing there, chalking up, wondering why they kept falling off.
Sydney just resting her way up, number 1. She's also a really accomplished difficulty climber.
And she's a seasoned competitor.
Just 17 years old, Sydney Trinidad. There's Martin Cunell on men's number 2, inching very close again to the finishing hold. Hard to read this sequence.
The last hold does not look that good.
Now he's going to have to go pretty controlled, but the volume he's on is just not, it's very difficult to establish on it and pull down on it without falling off like he just did. See Josh Larson inching his way towards the finish of men's number 1.
Come on, Josh.
Saw Carlo Traversi just complete this move, see if Josh Larson can figure it out.
See if he can pull off the scrunchy mantle.
To put his knee in his ear. Josh understands the importance of each attempt. He's not going to want to rush this.
Come on, dude.
He's going to fight. Looking a little pumped.
Just 90 seconds left. Could be his last chance.
Josh Larson not
Gives him
giving up.
precious energy.
Let's get him to the top of this.
Crowd starting to get behind Josh Larson.
He knows that top will help him.
Oh no. And I'm sure he would have gotten a sense that Carlo probably finished that problem based on the crowd reaction when he was sitting behind the wall there. So he knows that it's doable and that it's been done.
That extra minute definitely makes a difference.
Sure does.
Instead of 2 good efforts, they can probably get 3, maybe 4.
See Kasha pulling on to women's 2. That problem looks brutally difficult.
What do you think Josh is going to do? It looks like he took a step back, exhausted. With only 35 seconds left, I'm not sure he's going to give it a go.
It doesn't look like he's going to have enough time. He's thinking about it. Nope, and it's down to Martin Cunell right now on the wall. Men's number 2, just 15 seconds left. Not able to match his previous high points, so that's going to be it for him on men's number 2. Not the start that Josh Larson was looking for, but still 3 problems remain for him in the semifinal round. As Nick Milburn steps up to men's number 1. Nick lives in Boulder, Colorado.
Northeast, we have Katie Lamb. Lisa Chulich and Carlo Traversi looking over problems number 2.
Katie Lamb out there for the women on semifinal number 1. Katie's brother Andy also climbing in semifinals later. See Carlo Traversi about halfway up men's number 2.
He had a good showing on number 1. See if he can continue his momentum.
Nick Milburn on men's number 1, making quick work of that first hard move, the kind of foot dyno thing. And now he's gonna have to grapple with those cryptic moves and small holds. Carlo Traversi, meanwhile, chilling in the middle of men's 2.
think it could give Carlo a lot of confidence if he could finish the first two problems right out of the gate. He had an uneven round yesterday.
I feel like Carlo always puts in a really good, solid performance. Doesn't often make it to the top, though, does he?
He's always right in the mix.
But he's always right there. I would love to see a breakthrough performance from Carlo.
Getting up there right now.
Oh! Sure enough, that last hold is indeed hard to grab and control.
But Nicholas Milburn,
Bam.
topping out number 1. It's got to feel good,
Yeah.
topping out the first problem.
Nicholas Milburn is a 19-year-old from Boulder, Colorado. He's been climbing for 15 years. Austin Guyman there on deck.
Katie
Lamb.
and Lisa.
Yeah, Katie getting close, but not able to figure out the top of women's one there. Lisa getting into the meat of the second women's problem. Difficult sequence of volumes coming up here. Super powerful. Plenty of time left for Lisa Chulich.
People, if you haven't already, make sure to head on over to some of the vendors to the left of the stage. Over there is
Lisa Chulich from Portland, Oregon. She splits her time between climbing and beach volleyball, among other things.
including ones coming up this year, like the Agro, the Ashima.
She has been a finalist in the past.
If you give Brian, and specifically Brian, a hug, you could get yourself a free bag of chalk or a
There is always that question, what would happen if Lisa Chulich actually put all of her energy into just climbing, like most of these competitors do?
It's a question I ask myself every day, Chris.
You should be up there right now, Brian. I don't know. Emily has been up there.
I have been up there. Yeah, a long time ago.
Now you're too busy just meddling around on 8,000 meter peaks.
Yeah, something like that.
Carlo's nearing the top again of men's number 2. He'll have another chance to try to control that finishing hold.
Such an important move
Slow
for
and
Carlo.
steady. Come on,
He
Carlo.
got a sense for the move last time. Carlo Traversi
Oh yeah.
going for it.
See if he can match it.
Just
This would be
on
big.
the tip of his toes.
He's got to keep the tension. Come on.
Oh, Carlo Traversi.
Notice that
He
toe
is
hook around the
fighting.
urette. Double
Super
toe hook
smart.
for a second.
Carlo Traversi
Yeah.
gets the top on men's 2.
Oh, that was
He
awesome.
knows that's an important one. Not every competitor is going to do that, that's for sure. The first 2 problems down for Carlo Traversi. This could be it for him. He could break through to the finals, taking the top 6 of these 21 men.
Veteran savvy from Carlo Traversi on that problem. Well done.
Yeah, he's got to be pleased.
Sydney Trinidad is the only climber on the wall at the moment,
It's Katie
oozing
Lamb.
her way up. Yep. What's that?
Katie Lamb.
I mean, Katie Lamb, that's right.
Carlo Traversi out to a quick lead here in semifinals. We're gonna catch our breath here. We are just getting started. Many top competitors still to come. We'll be right back. We're right back in the action here at the 2016 USA Climbing Bouldering National Championships semifinal round. Getting close to full capacity on the wall. We have new climbers on problem 1 down there. Austin Guyman for the men. Sarah Griffith for the women. Josh Larson right up on men's number 2.
Josh Larson wasting no time, and he's off.
Get a look at Austin Guyman there. Past finalist at Nationals. climbed pretty well yesterday. Actually, I'm surprised to see that he qualified as low as he did based on just how he looked climbing. But here he is in the semifinals.
That's a look at Sarah Griffith. She's a 19-year-old from Los Alamitos, California. She's been climbing for 10 years. Austin Guyman on the right there in the red. It's hard to say whether his height is going to help or hinder on this final move. Carlo Traversi was able to do it with a really high step that I bet someone as tall as Austin may not be able to make.
Yeah, it seems like a lot of the slab problems have been hindering the taller climbers, but maybe there's another way around it.
Yeah, it seems like you could either go super high on it and try to just stand and step over to that white blob, or go low like Carlo did. Hard to tell.
Josh Larson using everything in his arsenal there on men's 2.
See if he can pull off this last move.
He almost certainly knows that Carlo finished that problem also. Even though the climbers can't watch the other competitors, they can get a pretty good sense just from hearing the crowd reaction and seeing the other climber come sit in the chair, feeling pretty good about themselves. Get a sense for what's going on.
All the future competitors here coming out to finals are in the next room. They cannot see this wall. They are warming up on the previous competition wall. They're in a comfy situation, but like Brian said, they can hear the crowd. There's no doubt about that. Every loud eruption from the crowd probably makes them a little bit more nervous, doesn't it?
Kasha Patrus there on the far left. She's still the only woman to finish any of these semifinal problems at this point. Would expect that to change though before we're done here.
Lisa got up number 1.
Ah, thanks.
Yeah, she did.
Thank you for that.
Sydney looking strong on number 2. She might have been the first. She's the first one to get to those blue volumes.
Sydney Trinidad getting very close to top of women's 2.
Oh.
Got one hand on the finish hold, 2 hands on the top for Sydney Trinidad.
Trinidad finishes.
Super solid.
Problem number 2. That was awesome.
Our first climber to complete women's semifinal number 2. Nice job by Sydney Trinidad.
You could tell on her face she is happy with that performance. How could you not be?
Just under a minute left now for Sarah Griffith. Josh Larson. Josh.
Austin Guyman giving another shot as well on problem 1. Josh Larson.
Not sure there's anybody that tries harder than Josh.
Breaking out the knee beta.
Bam! Love to see the knees.
Oh, it's not quite working for him though.
35 seconds.
Can Austin Guyman make this happen in just under 30 seconds? No. He's not going to be happy with that. He knows that some of the others have topped out that.
Looks like all the competitors going to go on to their next round now. Bringing out our next semifinalists, Claire Burfine and Austin Purdy for the men. Claire becoming a fixture on the adult competition scene, doing very well at both Bouldering Nationals, Rope Nationals, and at the Seco Comp, winning it 2 years ago.
Austin Purdy there is 18 years old. He's also from Texas, next to Claire Burfine.
Texas always travels in packs. How many Team Texas supporters we got in the crowd?
Claire using her height.
She's making this look easy.
Yep.
Just one move to go for Claire Burfine on women's number 1. Just measure. Just not quite have a good grip. No, you can see.
That was as close to a flash of problem 1 as you can get from Claire Burfine.
You can see that her right hand just did not have the grip that you need.
Definitely have to be in control of that sloper.
Nick Milburn getting high on men's 2 there. Nick looking to match Carlo Traversi. We saw with Carlo, you cannot go to that finish hold out of control like that.
Austin Purdy quietly tiptoeing his way up problem number 1. Let's see if he can finish this one, right?
That's more like the tall person way. Oh.
I love how the course setters have just made the very last moves of these problems just within reach, but so hard that most competitors are being spit off.
Yeah, there's no dynoing to the jug to finish here. The finish move is just as much a part of the problem as any other move.
Even the matching of the final hold.
Yep.
That's exactly right. In fact, there was a rules meeting just before semifinals started, and one of the major topics was what constitutes control of the last hold. And indeed it is matching it with both hands, which really could be up for interpretation with holds as small as the finishing hold on, say, problem number 1 for the men. Claire Burfine giving another shot and just not making it happen.
See Carlo Traversi, our early leader in the semifinal round, on his 3rd problem.
Right next to him is Sydney Trinidad, gunning for women's 2.
Katie Lamb.
Katie Lamb, why do I keep saying that?
Carlo could get a 3rd top here, that would be huge.
Come on, Carlo. Nice.
Carlo Traversi.
Carlo fighting tooth and nail.
Climbing so strong today.
He's climbing well today, though.
Plenty of time to give another try. Nope, looks like he's going to save it for the last problem.
Lisa Chulich on the left there, struggling with a double clutch dyno on women's problem number 3.
Plenty of time on the clock with 1 minute 30 seconds.
Claire knows she's been to the last move and just can't quite get back to where she was. That's got to be a confidence breaker.
It kind of is consistent with what happened with her yesterday. She was climbing really strong, but just couldn't quite close the deal on a number of problems during qualifiers, and we're seeing that here again during semifinals. It's not going to be good enough to get into finals. See if she can put it together here. Just a minute left in this round.
And Austin Purdy just not feeling it on that last move, which is proving to be a real showstopper on men's number 1.
If you know them, show your support now. It is time to get
Nick Milburn trying to get back to that finish hold. Probably his last attempt here. Nick Milburn going for it. Got one hand, but not able to establish on it.
I like that somersault dismount from Lisa Chulich.
Claire.
Still going strong.
Remember, her time
she
finishes
can
at when the clock hits 0.
Yep.
Can she
One
match
hand,
it?
2 hand.
There it
Nice work.
is.
Claire Burfine does pull it off. That was great to see. She is visibly relieved. She knew that that had to happen. Awesome work.
Still going to hurt her that it took a few extra attempts. See how that plays out with the scoring. Remember, getting to the top of the problem is the most important criteria, but then it goes to number of attempts and so on. We'll get into the scoring as the round goes along here. We'll have some live updates once we get some full results.
Utah, we have Dalton Bunker. And
Have our
Scottsdale, Arizona, we have
first set of all 8 climbers on the wall at once. It's about to get really wild. We got Dalton Bunker out for the men, and Sierra Blair Coyle for the women.
action on number 4, far left of the stage. We got Martin Brunel and Kasia Pietras.
Dalton Bunker is a semi-familiar name in the comps here. It's his performance can go up or down. Last year, he qualified number 1 coming into semifinals. Obviously, he's in the semifinals this year. We'll see if he can kind of maintain a higher place. It'd be really interesting to see if Dalton Bunker could make it into finals. It's going to be a tough one, though. We have a stacked crowd for the men and a stacked crowd for the women.
Yeah, we're at full capacity here.
And only 6 men and 6 women will make it to finals later on this evening.
Saw Martin Cunell there monkeying around on men's number 4. That's a wild looking problem. excited to see how the competitors approach that. See Sydney Trinidad there. Sierra Blair Coyle here on her first problem. Sierra climbed very solidly during qualifiers yesterday.
Both of the climbers taking their time at the top. It's probably a good strategy. Oh.
Sierra is a 22-year-old from Scottsdale, Arizona, who's been climbing for 13 years.
Austin Guyman easing his way to the finish hold on men's number 2.
Oh, let's see if he can match
get
it.
his left hand on there for full control, full credit.
Oh, it looks so hard.
This is gonna count.
Austin Guyman bringing it in.
Oh!
I do not think that was credit
I don't
or
think
full
that
control.
counted.
That'll be up to the judges, but I think
No.
I think that's a no-go they just announced.
You see, competitors know if they get full control, the judge will put their hand up. No hand up from the judge there on problem 2 for Austin Guyman.
That was as close as you can get to control.
It's like a case study in not control. But
That's
almost
exactly
control.
right. Of course, the judges would have to expect that kind of thing with the finishing holds, the miserable finishing holds they're putting on these problems. Makes it exciting to watch anyway. There's Sierra Blair Coyle. Another attempt at women's 1.
Competitors have 5 minutes on each problem. That is not very much time. Figure out the puzzle that these route setters have created.
Far left, Kasha working her way up to that middle section number 4. Sierra looking to finish things off. Oh!
Sierra just barely missed the last hold.
Sydney and Kasha
Kasha's
both
making
getting
it up
high on
high
their
on number
problems.
4.
Our first look at women's problem 4, Kasha Pietras.
Looks like such a difficult problem after the previous 3.
It's one of those problems that looks like both a slab and powerful at the same time.
That's right.
Yeah, those volumes add such a different dimension to the wall.
Oh,
As we see Dalton trying to levitate. Oh,
Is it a thigh hook?
nice.
he's got to somehow get his foot up.
Oh,
Where's
yes.
Sydney.
Yes.
Yeah.
No points for style, but
Some crazy body English there to make
Points.
it happen.
Just to his left.
for control. Nice job by Dalton Bunker, finishing men's number 1.
Austin, he did it.
Austin Guyman.
Just under a minute to go.
So we are seeing that first 2 problem for the men. Very doable.
Sierra Blair Coyle quit working into that midsection, number 1.
Sierra.
Not coming down this time.
There she does it.
Sierra Blair Coyle makes it to the top of women's 1. It's starting to look like that's going to be a necessity
Yep,
for
for sure.
finals, isn't it?
See Sierra conferring with her judge there, making sure that they both agree on everything that happened there. Easy to agree when you get to the top of the problem. So we transition to our next climbers, including one of the favorites coming into the event this weekend, Nathaniel Coleman for the men. Has been on an absolute tear since nationals last year. Had I think what I would call uneven performance during qualifiers yesterday, but here he is in semifinals, trying to get back to finals again.
Certainly a favorite to at least make finals. Nathaniel has been winning competitions right and left over the last 12 months.
We are just setting the stage for what is
He's beaten Daniel Woods in competitions twice in the last month.
out of these 20 guys and 20 girls, we are only taking 6 of each onto the
See if he can do it here at nationals. It's a big difference.
They are doing everything that they can. And all they
There's
have
Emily Ziffer, age 24 from Denver, Colorado. She was a youth national champion at Bouldering Nationals in the past.
Claire getting up high at number 2. She does it. She'll be the second woman, I think.
Yep.
Nice.
2 for 2 for Claire Burfeind.
Give it up for Claire Burfeind.
The only competitor to get 2 tops for the ladies.
Action is getting fast and furious here on the wall. We have 4 climbers high on their problems.
Nathaniel Coleman looking strong.
Nathaniel Coleman trying to get the flash of men's number 1.
And you never know, for the men, it may come down to whether they flash problems or not.
Yeah, the margin for error is so small here. So few spots in the finals. Just 6 for each gender.
Nice.
Daniel Coleman making it look easy.
Yep.
Definitely floated up that one
Nice
faster and more efficiently than any competitor so far.
Carlo Traversi. Oh.
Men's 4 is going to be rough for Carlo, I want to say, because it sure looks like some big moves. And as we mentioned, Carlo is one of the shorter, but certainly more spunky and powerful competitors.
Lisa getting up high on number 4. Nice. That's where Kasha fell before.
Please turn your flashes off.
Trying to get our first completion of women's number 4. Lisa Chulich getting very close. Such a delicate sequence though.
She's definitely gotten the high point now.
I think there's just a...
Once again, it looks like getting the last hold is going to be a challenge.
Looks like it's facing the exact opposite direction you'd want it to be.
Yeah.
These route setters really were just playing mind games.
See Carlo Traversi down there on men's 4. Carlo finished the first 2 problems.
Carlo Traversi
Hasn't been able to keep up the pace in the last 2. We'll see if he can figure out this last problem. Get a great look at the top of women's 4 there. You can see that screw-on hole on the side of that volume.
She's going to have to try to do something funky to match on that. Nice.
I have no idea how you would even do that. See if she can figure it out.
Lisa just fighting her way, trying to get that last hold. This is her last performance in the semifinals.
Yeah.
Lisa Chulich. I think that was the right approach.
So close for Lisa Chulich.
That was a solid effort on her part.
She topped out number 1, but got very high on a couple others.
Katie
Solid
Lamb
performance.
Getting up high. Nice heel hook beta.
Carlo giving it another shot with just 40 seconds to go. Facing completely the other direction from his previous attempts.
35 seconds.
That is a nut sequence.
Seeing a lot of knees so far being used.
Lots of knees.
Lots of knees.
Yeah.
Lisa Chulich not giving in on number 4. People, if you can see your far left, let's hear it for her.
We are just getting started in the semifinal round. All of the top qualifiers still to come here, including reigning national champions Dania Woods and Alex Puccio.
Give it up for Lisa Chulich.
Take a quick break. Get right back to the action here. Don't go anywhere.
Even the best laid plans are only suggestions, because there are always forks in the roads and options for everything. How do you adventure?
Right back at it here at the Monona Terrace in Madison, Wisconsin. This is continuing live coverage of the 2016 USA Climbing Bouldering National Championships semifinal round.
There's new climbers to the wall. Vasya Faratnikov on men's problem number 1. And we have Cicada Generic on women's problem number 1. Cicada has been climbing since she was 4 years old. She's 21 now and famous for bouldering her age a bunch of times. I think when she was 7 or 8, she got a V7 or V8 and then V9 at age 9. And here she is at 21.
Yeah, it's actually been cool to see her grow up. She was one of the first really strong young boulderers.
One of the most experienced climbers out there, Cicada Generic.
All right, Cicada Generic working her way into that top section of number 1. Sierra Blair Coyle and Austin Diamond.
Semifinal round will feature 21 men and 20 women, all vying for a spot in finals tonight. Only the top 6 will move on from each gender. Finals will start at 7:45 p.m. Central Time. Not going to want to miss that. It's going to be a great show.
Josh Larson having trouble just like the others have had so far on men's problem 4.
It's just not Josh's weekend. Seems unlikely we'll see him in finals. No top so far in semifinals.
Our official safety and lighting sponsor of USA Climbing. Their slogan is "Access the inaccessible." Pessel's roots lie in the desire of its founders to serve one passion: exploration.
Women's number 3 looks pretty hard right off the bat. I haven't seen many women get very high on it.
Definitely looks like the most difficult of the 4 problems for the women.
Yeah.
There's a shot of Austin Guyman. This one also looks very, very difficult for the men. Haven't seen much action on this one either. Josh Larson getting higher than anyone else on men's 4.
1:20 seconds.
He's fighting.
All right, we got Vasya.
Great fight from Josh Larson, getting higher than anyone else so far on men's number 4. There's Vasya Faratnikov matching in control on men's 1. It's sure looking like on men's 1 and women's 1, the competitors who want to make it to finals are going to have to complete those problems. Cicada still going up for another shot at women's 1. Sierra Blair Coyle on the right there, trying number 2.
30 seconds.
Josh giving it a last effort there as the Cicada. Not able to sort out that first women's qualifier, semifinal, excuse me.
10 seconds. Give it up for Josh Larson.
Always great to see Josh out here. Sure he'll be disappointed not to make it into finals, but it's always next year.
Kyra Condi up next for the women. She can be a fierce competitor. She was first place in the Portland Boulder Rally last year, placing high in some of the dark horse competitions. Definitely one to watch out for in finals. And Ben Hanna.
Ben climbed really well during qualifiers yesterday.
Yeah, I thought he climbed really smart. I enjoyed watching him climb.
Super impressive to watch Ben Hanna, another guy who's been climbing since he was 3 years old.
I don't even know how this is possible.
What were you guys doing when you were 3?
Not climbing.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't even know. I don't even have a first memory before I was like 5. Sorry, Mom and Dad.
See Nathaniel Coleman there on his second problem, pressing up into the top of that problem. Claire Burfine making good progress on women's 3.
High point for
Nicholas
women's
Milburn going Tarzan on men's 4. He is just flying around on 2 fingers.
Don't even know where to look right now. Nathaniel Coleman just matched on men's number 2.
Getting high points right now.
Nicholas Milburn trying to be the first man to top men's number 4. He is within spitting distance of the finish hold. This is a brutal sequence though.
Nice.
Nick Milburn going for the finish hold and no.
Such a close effort from Nick Milburn. Getting way past anyone else so far. It appears that problem is in fact doable, doesn't it?
I think we suspected as much when we went and walked through it, Chris. I think some of our top qualifiers might have that problem in the bag. We'll have to see though.
Claire Burfine doing a very impressive job on women's 3. She's going up for another shot. Ben Hanna trying to figure out the cryptic crux of men's problem number 1, which, as we've talked about, is probably mandatory to send in order to even have a chance at finals.
Yeah, it sure seems that way. Tops are so hard to come by in the semifinal round, as we've seen. The last 2 problems are really hard. And so, got to get the tops where you can get them, which in this case for the men is problems 1 and 2 for sure.
See if he uses the knee, or maybe he'll sit on it.
2 tops could be good enough to make it into finals. We'll have to see.
Oh.
It's always so close. Ben Hanna.
There is the knee.
He goes.
Yes.
Well
Nice.
done.
He's stoked.
He is psyched.
He is ready for the next one. He will get about a 7-minute rest now.
Kyra's still working on number 1.
She's struggling right now.
I would guess that Kyra would make this one happen. I sure hope she does.
Yeah. I think it's probably, well, I think it's going to be necessary. Emily Ziffer spit off number 2.
Nick Milburn and Claire Burfine going for 3rd problems again. Nick on number 4 actually. Austin Purdy's on men's 3.
Nick should have enough time for another tap. This Claire Burfine moving near the top of women's number 3.
That move seems like one of the stopper moves.
Yeah, it looks really hard to keep your tension into the wall.
Yeah.
Got to give a shout out to the route setters here. They've done such a good job. Semifinals were working in reverse order, and their design is happening exactly as they wanted us to.
We get a quick look at some early scores. Obviously, a lot still to be decided. Carla Traversi an early lead though with 2 tops. Let's see if that holds. He's gonna have to sweat it out here for the next hour and a half or so till the top qualifiers come out. Likes of Dania Woods, Jimmy Webb, Alex Puccio, and Megan Mascarenas. I think they will have something to say in the semifinal round. Kyra Condi and Claire Burfine.
Claire stuck that move.
Oh, and Kyra Condi almost had control, but that's just not going to count.
I don't think that counts.
Could not get the match.
Seconds to go for Katie Lamb. Give it up for Katie Lamb and Nick Milburn. Final time of the morning.
Just 1 top for Nick Milburn there in the semifinal round, but a great effort on the last problem. Definite high point at this point.
Far right, for the guys out of Boulder, Colorado, Shadow Park himself, Michael O'Rourke. To his left out of Albuquerque, New Mexico, we have Molly Rennie.
Molly Rennie there, 31 years old from Albuquerque, New Mexico. Didn't start climbing until she was 20, which is older than a lot of the competitors even are. Pretty cool to see her in this comp in semifinals. For the men, we've got Michael O'Rourke. Goes without saying that anybody in semifinals is super strong. Michael O'Rourke with a really powerful climbing style.
He has made finals in the past, so he knows what it takes. See if he can piece together a semifinal round here that's good enough to make it into finals. Molly Rennie making quick work of that problem, but not able to reel in that finish hold. Sierra going for a ride on women's 3.
And Austin wrestling with the craziness of men's 4. Hard to read sequence.
It's the old 360 to the pocket move.
That's right.
This is standard, your standard move.
Standard move.
Michael O'Rourke tip-tapping his way on problem 1, trying to make it happen.
Keep in mind, as you see these competitors climbing, that red tape means the climbers are allowed to flag past it. Black tape, you are not allowed to go past it in any way without getting called off. Climbers are aware of that, and they do discuss that with the judges before they start the problem, so everyone's on a level playing field here.
There's Vasya. A very strong competitor historically.
And Vasya missed nationals last year due to an injury after an incredible performance 2 years ago. Doesn't look quite in top form this weekend, though.
Sarah Griffith working problem 4, a little trouble there. Dalton Bunker on the left there, climbing men's 3 with a really difficult double dyno. Cicada Generic trying to get up women's number 2. Five minutes sure does go by quickly for these competitors. They only have a few chances to make it up these problems.
Vasya not able to wrestle that top volume. We've seen a couple men complete it now, so definitely doable.
All competitors back up on the wall now, trying to give a Hail Mary effort here as the clock is ticking on this 5-minute round. Austin getting a high point for him on men's 4. Sarah Griffith as well, getting very close to the top of women's 4.
Oh, Molly Rennie not able to reel in women's 1. Everybody falling at the same time. Vasya back up on men's 2.
This will probably be his last attempt, definitely.
Just rushed it a little bit. Finish hold not good enough to go to with such a dynamic attitude. Problem has been climbed by a handful of competitors at this point. Austin Guyman, Carlo Traversi, Nathaniel Coleman among those that have completed problem number 2. We're into our top 10 qualifiers at this point.
A couple exciting names coming up here. Stepping to the wall is Kai Leitner for the men and Grace McKeon for the women, both of whom have a very good shot at finals.
And Grace made finals 2 years ago in her first year of eligibility. Kai looking for his first adult bouldering finals appearance.
I always love to watch Grace McKeon climb. She always looks really light and jumpy. It's really fun to watch Grace climb.
It's true, yeah. She's really small, but she can jump.
Kai Leitner is one of our tallest competitors for the men.
It's fun to see them climb next to each other.
See if Kai can work out a tall person way to do number 1.
It definitely seems like men's number 1 has favored the shorter climbers.
Daniel Coleman going too wide on problem 3, sticking the double dyno.
Kyra getting up high on number 2.
So much happening right now.
Kyra Condi
Cruised it.
finished problem number 2. She's
Getting
going to need
redemption
that.
on number 2.
Yeah. She did not complete number 1. I
She
don't
did
think.
not.
No, but
No,
I
so
think that
she'll
was a
need
flash.
that one. And Kai Leitner now
Making it
reaching
work.
over for a controlled flash of men's number 1.
No problem. Nathaniel Coleman getting high point in men's number 3. 1 hold from the finish. Nathaniel Coleman trying to be the first man to top problem number 3. Oh no. Wow. That was a big ride.
Was awesome. Nathaniel Coleman wanting it bad. He'll have plenty of time for another shot, and men's 3 definitely setting the high point so far. Grace McKeon.
Grace utilizing that left wall. I think that's smart. Nice.
A difficult
Really nice.
hold to
Yeah.
match, but Grace does it with aplomb.
You can see her make sure that her right hand was settled on that hold before she tried to bring her left hand up. We've seen a number of competitors kind of get the right hand and just trying to slap up with the left, and it hasn't worked.
We got Claire Burkine on the wall far left.
Claire Burfeind is wrestling with women's 4, which still has not yet seen a top. Lisa Chulich got very close.
Feels like Claire just came out of isolation. She's already on her last problem. Things moving so quickly here during semifinals.
How does that feel, Emily, as a competitor when the problems are just going by so fast? Does it feel as fast as it seems like it is from here?
No. I remember it feeling sort of long. Like you're out there in front of everyone for a really long time.
Yeah, I bet.
Because then you have to, in between, they're obviously resting, watching, and listening.
Yep.
And it just sort of builds the anxiety.
And you competed in how many bouldering nationals?
Ooh. I don't remember. I would say I probably competed in around 5 bouldering nationals.
5 bouldering, and that was
Yeah.
from like 2004 to 2009.
Yeah, probably around then.
It's really great to have you here with us in the commentating booth, Emily. So much experience that only an insider could share. So thanks for being with us here.
Yeah, well, it's really fun to be here on this side of things. I was just talking to Angie Payne, who's also not competing, and we were talking about how so much goes into an event like this. As a competitor, sometimes you don't think about that.
See Claire Burfeind on her probably final attempt on women's number 4.
Nathaniel Coleman as well on the right of the screen, trying to see if he can actually latch the last hold.
Claire has 2 tops so far in this round. A 3rd top will go a long way here.
Yep.
Punching her ticket to finals.
Oh,
We're down to 45 seconds.
see if she can pull it off.
Oh,
Nathaniel Coleman and Claire just not making it happen on the last hold of each problem.
Getting closer. 30 seconds. Austin Purdy not
all right, we're going to catch our breath.
number 4, the only
Our top qualifiers still to come. We'll be right back.
For EP, climbing walls and handholds is our business, but that's really not why we're here. We're here to enrich people's lives and introduce climbing to the world. We know that once somebody gets an opportunity to go indoors and climb on a climbing wall, that they're going to be hooked and they're going to be a climber for life.
Right back in the action here at 2016 USAC Bouldering National Championships. Brian Reynolds, Chris Widener, and Emily Harrington here with you, calling the action as we see Will Anglin step onto his first semifinal problem. For the women, Nina Williams, out on her first problem.
Will Anglin, kind of a surprise to be in 7th place for the men. great to see him. He's a 26-year-old climber from Golden, Colorado. Right there is Nina Williams from Boulder, Colorado. Not a surprise to see her in the finals, semifinals.
You know, Will climbed pretty early during qualifiers yesterday. I think he was a little surprised that he did as well as he did. You know, he came out and I think he got 3 tops, and he wasn't quite sure if that was good enough, but put him easily into the top 10. Very nice performance from Will yesterday.
Sierra Blair Coyle nearing the top of problem 4 for the women, which has still not yet been finished.
Yeah, she's doing well.
She is doing very well.
She actually has like a home wall that's just focused on like funky volume problems.
Really?
Yeah, I've noticed on her Instagram, she's always posting about it. So maybe all that practice will help. This problem's sort of like human Tetris.
That's a great way to describe it, Emily.
Will England there trying to go direct to the finish.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah.
Incredible
With a
tension from Will
crazy
England.
snag. Will England
He is
makes it
psyched.
happen. That is a move exactly like that several men have tried and failed on. Will England managing.
That's how you come out in
to hold
semifinals
it.
at Bouldering Nationals. You just go for it. See Nina back up on her first semifinal.
A poised Nina Williams, who has mentally taken a step back from competitions.
Nice.
She's
But-
in an ab workout in there in the middle of that move.
That's right. But it sure hasn't appeared that way. She's been dominating, doing really well lately.
Yeah, she mentioned that she took a little bit of a break, and it seems to be refreshing for her. She's been performing really well.
Exactly, yeah. Sometimes just taking the pressure off, I imagine, is all it takes for you to really reach your potential.
An updated look at the scores here. College University still out to an early lead here. Obviously a lot of climbers still to come for the women. Lisa Chulich out on top here. When you're looking at these scores, the number of tops matters the most. The points column, you actually want a lower value in that column. That represents what we call the combined rank of the competitors on the problems. Easiest way to think about that is each problem out here is an individual competition. The higher rank you get on the problem, the better you're doing. The lower, excuse me.
Another shot of Nina Williams. Just over a minute left for her to make it up women's 1, which we believe you're going to have to top out in order to make it to finals. Lots of good action on the wall right now. Sierra Blair Coyle near the top. Dalton Bunker just making the hardest move on men's 4. There's Nina still just inching her way up.
Oh,
Not going to happen.
Sierra. See if she
Sierra
can.
Coyle.
She pulled it off.
Finishing women's number 4, I believe that's the first top of that problem.
Yep.
For the
What a
women.
great surprise. She is thrilled. You can see it on her face. She was the first woman so far to top out women's number 4. That's going to go a long, long way in our scoring.
Yeah, that'll be 2 tops for Sierra.
Very impressive.
That was Dalton Bunker there on men's number 4. Don't think he's done enough to make it into finals here, but great to see him out here at Nationals once again this year. Now Nathaniel Coleman on his last problem there. Kyra Condi on women's 3. Who do we have up next on problem number 1, Chris?
Well, we're looking at Palmer Larson right now, a 20-year-old from Utah. Again, another kind of surprise semifinalist from yesterday, beating the likes of Kai Leitner and Vasya and Nathaniel Coleman. Excited to see how Palmer can do here in the semifinals. Like many of the dark horses that actually make it into semis, they crumble. Let's hope that someone like Palmer Larson can surprise us. Crazy look at the wall right now. Everybody just scratching their way for a spot into finals. Only taking the top 6 women and top 6 men from these 20 and 21 respectively.
Look at Ben Hanna climbing super smart on men's 3, like Emily said. Working the drop knee. Nathaniel Coleman flying around. Easy flash for Kai Leitner. He is 2 for 2.
And Nathaniel Coleman making very quick work of the hardest part on men's 4. This still has not been topped either, so if he can do this, that would be awesome. Grace McKeon falling off the top of 2.
Third top would go a long way for Nathaniel Coleman here.
Nice.
I think almost guarantee him a spot in finals. Nathaniel Coleman gotta squeeze the incredible tension from Nathaniel Coleman. Can he get it?
And he does it.
Coleman slam dunks men's number 4.
That will all
awesome.
but be certain that we will see Nathaniel Coleman in the finals competing against the best here. That was an amazing performance of tenacity by Nathaniel Coleman.
It's 3 tops and 4 problems for Nathaniel Coleman, and he got very high on problem number 3. That'll easily put him in first place right now. Just a handful of competitors left, including our defending champion Muhammad Jafari and reigning national champion Daniel Woods. Really great recovery from yesterday's qualifying round for Nathaniel Coleman. I had to catch my breath for a little bit after that one. That was incredible.
Yeah. Well, and you know, I didn't even get a chance to see Kai Leitner climb. He flashed problem number 2 so fast. Grace McKeon off of problem 2.
Zoe Steinberg trying to figure out women's number 1 there. Almer Larson trying to get to the top of men's number 1. So tiring.
Another shot of Kyra Condi. Looking frustrated. She's not having her best day. She still has time, though, to reel it back in. Zoe Steinberg looking at problem number 1 there. She's 19 years old from Ramsey, New Jersey.
Palmer Larson.
And there's Palmer Larson.
Tickling his way over to the top of men's number 1. Nice job by him.
Maybe he will hold on to his kind of surprise entry into semifinals today. Palmer Larson finishing men's 1 with plenty of time left.
Can't help but smile if you do your first semifinal problem. It's about 75 seconds left.
Emily Ziffer on women's number 4. Only been topped out once by Sierra Blair Coyle.
At this point, that makes Sierra's top of the problem even more valuable, that nobody else has finished it yet. This format rewards standout achievements like that. See if some of the remaining women can finish it.
Emily looking very strong on this. It would be huge if she could finish this problem.
Nice.
One
pull it off.
move away. Oh no, and she just is not able to control that.
So close for Emily Ziffer. She is pleased with that effort, I think. Kyra Condi likely displeased with how things are going so far. That's the way it goes sometimes here at Bouldering Nationals. You see an updated look at the scores. Carla Traversi still on top, but Nathaniel Coleman score still to be entered. He will definitely be on top with 3 tops. And for the women, Claire Burfine just in front of Sierra Blair Coyle right now with 2 tops each. See if that holds up. Still have our top qualifiers, Megan Mascarenas and Alex Puccio, waiting in the wings. Something tells me that 2 tops is not going to hold up with them still to come.
Andy Lamb, 21-year-old climber from Lexington, Massachusetts, and Megan Martin, another climber out of Boulder, Colorado. You may have seen her on American Ninja Warrior. She put in an excellent performance yesterday in quarterfinals. Qualifiers, rather. Again, these competitors are coming out in reverse order of how they placed yesterday in qualifiers. So the talent should just be piling on.
I was really impressed with Andy Lamb. He was the first competitor to come out in qualifiers yesterday, and he put on a great show and held up. He qualified in 7th position.
Vasya Faratnikov in a crucifix move on men's 4.
Might as well if you can do it. just falls apart for Vasya. He is frustrated. See Andy Lamb getting close to the top of men's number 1 there. Will Anglin trying to continue the momentum he had after flashing men's number 1 on problem number 2 there.
There's Cicada Generic getting toward the top of women's 4. What do you think happened right there, Emily, with Cicada? Just
I think she didn't want to play the game.
That's a great way to put it.
she didn't want to get all twisted up in there.
And I guess when it really comes down to it, a lot of that is what we're seeing here. The winners are the ones who want to play the game.
Yeah.
I like that. Andy Lamb.
Bunch of different approaches on this. Some guys trying to just go straight to it, others dropping down. Nina Williams there in problem 2. This problem is a real bruiser. We have seen it completed by a couple of our competitors though.
Crucifix
Vasya
move.
back at it.
Vasya Frodnikov in a frenzy trying to get a high point on men's 4.
Oh,
Maybe too much of a frenzy. He's looking rushed. It looks like he's losing the mind game right now. Just over 2 minutes left on the clock for this 5-minute round. It always goes by quickly. Will Anglin angling for his second top out.
People, once again, there are sure to be a lot of photos, videos, and posts going up to the social world. Make sure you hashtag each and every one of them. USAC Bouldering.
Love to see Will get to the top of this problem.
Nina seems to be struggling a little bit.
She's trying.
Did
That was a
not top
very
number 1 either.
imaginative effort there from Nina Williams as Michael O'Rourke goes flying through. Men's number 3.
He's tried several different ways to do this part.
Michael O'Rourke
flexing on
wants to
number
play
3.
the game, and it just wasn't happening, but such a good effort. His back is like a human anatomy lesson.
Nice work by Andy Lamb on men's number 1.
35 seconds.
Excellent effort by Cicada Generic. I do not think she managed to make any tops, but she put in an excellent effort.
Don't believe so.
Vasya
20 seconds, class. Come on, man.
visibly worked. Visibly worked. Not psyched.
Not Vasya's day. But always appreciate him coming out and competing at nationals. One of the great competitors we've had over the years. Now he can get back to focusing on chemistry. Up next for the men, our defending champion, Mohammad Jafari, an Iranian-born climber who came out of nowhere last year to take the title.
Mohammad Jafari looked really strong and confident yesterday. Michaela Kirsch for the women. Kyra Condi, she topped out number 2. If she can make this top, she will have a chance at finals.
Yeah, she definitely needs to get to the top of this problem. The sooner, the better.
This is the part that seems to stop everyone, though.
We've seen a lot of the women get to that point, but not able to sort out that last move. other than Sierra Blair Coyle.
Kai made quick work of that. Nope.
Excellent effort there by Kai Leitner figuring it out. The only competitor, I believe, who actually climbs with a wristwatch.
Notice that.
I don't know how that works. Like, doesn't that cut off the circulation to your forearms? I don't know. Seems to work for him, though. If I could climb as well as he could, I'd wear a frickin' watch, too.
Michaela climbing smart.
Kirsch.
That was
Nice
a
job by
flash.
Michaela Kirsch.
Nicely done.
Very strong effort here by Michaela. She did very well yesterday and off to a great start here in semifinals now.
She's back on her game this year.
19 years old, originally from Chicago. Michaela now lives in Boulder, Colorado.
And this is the kind of problem that Muhammad did really well on last year. He excelled on the technical problems, especially one of the finals problems that gave the rest of the competitors fits. That is what propelled him to the championship. Definitely expect to see Muhammad have success on this problem.
Yeah, he definitely does really well on these super technical vertical problems.
Very controlled. There's the wide screen. There's too much action to even talk about right now. Every single problem is getting worked. This is just such a cool show of talent. Kyra Condi nearing the top of number 1. Number 4, Muhammad Jafari nearing number 1. Trying to figure out that delicate sequence of down climbing and up climbing and knee using.
See if he uses his knee.
He's being super measured, though. He's evaluating each possibility.
Oh, yeah.
Look at that flexibility. Nice job from
That was
Muhammad
nicely
Jafari.
done.
A cool flash. Muhammad Jafari, who beat Daniel Woods last year, the only one to beat Daniel Woods in the last 9 years.
Ben Hanna came out strong, has faltered somewhat as the problems have gotten more difficult, as you would expect. These problems are super difficult. It's a crazy sequence.
Fighting for every inch on that nutso crucifix move. And there's Grace McKeon on women's 3. Still have not seen a top of this one.
Now this one just turns to pure power up here.
There's that foothold way to the left, but
Yeah.
doesn't seem like it's within reach until the next hold is controlled.
Yeah.
Kyra Condi
Kyra.
once again getting close on number 4.
Oh,
Just not making that one happen. I do not think we're going to see Kyra in the finals.
It's not looking that way, Chris.
Kai Leitner also having trouble on number 3.
Only one climb left to watch with under 30 seconds.
All right, we still have our top 5 men and top 4 women coming up, including Alex Puccio and Daniel Woods. Do not go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Are jumping and the cotton is high.
Welcome back to the 2016 USA Climbing Bouldering National Championships. Chris Widener, Emily Harrington, Brian Reynolds here at the Monona Terrace in Madison, Wisconsin. And Chris, the action just continues.
That's right. We're seeing Sean Robitou right now on men's problem number 1. He just stepped out, and he sure had an amazing performance yesterday in the qualifiers. There is a shot of Lily Canavan on her first problem of the day. Another who is kind of coming out of the woodwork and definitely threatening to upset the leaders in past competitions here.
Yeah, Lily's riding a wave of confidence after winning the dark horse competition last weekend in Boston. Makes it somewhat less surprising to see her in semifinals in such a high position, but see if she can keep it together. Trying to take the top 6 men and top 6 women to finals tonight at 7:45. Sean
Cool flash by Sean.
Sean Rabitou with the one-arm dip,
mantle.
basically. Yeah, one-arm mantle. A quick flash in 45 seconds. That's going to give him so much rest for men's number 2. Oh my gosh.
Molly Rennie over there on the far left side of the wall.
This problem you're looking at has only seen one top by Sarah Blair Coyle, and a number of very strong competitors have been spit off, so we'll see how that goes.
Megan Martin there, middle of your screen, trying to climb into that USA Climbing logo. Lily back up on women's number 1. We've seen a number of women complete this problem at this point. Michael O'Rourke showing some of that power that he's known for. He's been waiting all weekend for problem number 4.
That was bold, trying to campus to a completely vertical textured hold. That's it.
Henny Lamb trying to get his second top in as many problems. See Will Angle in there. Came out strong on problem number 1. Not able to do problem number 2. Top here would go a long way though. Still yet to see any of the men finish problem number 3. So far, Nathaniel Coleman is our early leader with 3 tops.
There's Megan Martin.
Oh, she just slipped off there. I would expect Megan to do well on this problem, actually.
Yeah, really slopey, compression-y, big muscly.
Yeah.
That's what Megan Martin is all about.
Yeah.
People, if you're starting to get hungry, tired, or thirsty, make sure to re-energize by visiting the snack shack far right of the stage.
Lily Canavan on the right there, rapid firing her attempts on women's 1. She really wants this. She's riding a win in last weekend's dark horse competition in Boston. And with such a high finish in the qualifying round, she probably is feeling confident. I want to see her finish that problem and keep that going. Spectacular movement there by Michael O'Rourke on men's 4. This is the last problem for him in this competition. He's going to give it everything he's got.
It's definitely the kind of problem that Michael could finish right here. Nina Williams doing really well on women's 3.
See if she can pull off this burly move.
I haven't seen anybody get past this next section.
Looking down on Michael O'Rourke, who's very close to the top of men's 4, which has only been topped out once.
Oh.
That would have been an insane stick by Michael O'Rourke, but great effort from him. Only a couple of the men have gotten that far. Andy Lamb just off screen, finishing men's 2. We check in on Molly Rennie.
She's fighting.
Not able to make it work. So Andy Lamb quietly with 2 tops so far as we take a look at the scores of the competitors that are finished so far. Claire Burfine and Sarah Blair Coyle still on top for the women with 2 tops. Remember, tops is the most important criteria, followed by points. Lower points is better. Nathaniel Coleman with 3 tops. Carla Traversi, we thought his score might be pretty good. It's looking pretty good so far. Still with our top qualifiers still to come, including Daniel Woods and Jimmy Webb. Ty Landman looking very strong yesterday as well. He'll be out in just a minute for the men, but first Charlie Barron, relative unknown climber for us, Chris, climbing out of Montana.
Yeah, he was in 3rd place in the qualifying round, 17 years old, climbing since he was 5. Charlie Barron, who knew? He beat out many of the very strong competitors to make it into semifinals. Let's see if he can keep that going. We also have Maya Madare out. Another semi-dark horse. She competed in the Sika Block Masters. Maya Madare is 16 years old from Austin, Texas. Climbing for only four years, and here she is in a semi-final national competition.
Kai Leitner getting a little too ambitious on men's 4 there. Forgot about the feet. Who knew that campusing would be so tempting?
Grace McKeon falling off her first try there on women's 4.
Charlie Barron, far right, looking to tackle that top section of number 1.
Yeah. I can give you a break for it if you want. I'd love to do it. You want to right now? Sure.
Charlie Barron figuring out the really cryptic body sequence here required for the final moves of men's number 1. This is a problem that has been topped out more often than not.
See Kai Leitner on that men's 4. Going to give Emily Harrington a little bit of a break here. Kyra Condi joining us in the booth. Kyra, keep that microphone right up against your mouth there as we see Muhammad Jafari finishing men's number 2. Kyra, how was it out there?
Climbs were good. They were really hard. Just what I like in a semifinal round. You want to really separate the field, so I thought they were really fun, really good, well set.
What was the hardest problem for you, Kyra?
Definitely that pink thing was burly and really hard. Those ones up top are really slippery.
Yeah, women's number 3. That is one we have not seen anyone top yet.
Michaela Kirsch snagging the finish on women's number 2. 2 for 2 for her so far.
Michaela's been climbing super well.
Impressive.
Yeah, Michaela's climbing like really awesome right now. Yeah, I don't know if we'll see any tops on this pink thing until we get like Pooch and Megan out here. Those last couple holds are really bad. Men's climbs look hard.
Yeah. Now Grace McKeon, and she's off on women's 4. The very top of that you got to a couple times, and it looks so hard.
Yeah, I really wasn't quite sure how to finish that climb. It gets quite odd up there. I heard Sierra did a knee bar, and that seemed like it'd be good beta. Did not think of that in the time, but
yeah.
Yeah. I think the toe hook beta I found over left to really get onto that thing gets you that last hold before the finish, though.
Kai Leitner battling with the 4th problem, only been topped out once. I would guess that his height would help him with this problem, but not seeing that so much.
I think he really made a mistake on his first attempt by trying to campus onto the head wall as opposed to getting his foot on.
Yeah.
He's had a hard time getting back to that point. We noticed that yesterday, though, in qualifying that he had similar bobbles on some of his attempts, but here he is.
Now
we
just saw some really interesting sequence from Charlie Barron skipping most of men's problem number 1 and dynoing.
He gets punished by the route setting gods.
Oh my God, yeah, punished for climbing it so much more efficiently than anyone else has. Grace McKeon again, we're seeing a lot of women struggle with this final move to that last volume. Apparently a knee bar is the way, huh?
Knee bar to get to the finish, I think, but to get that last hold, I got that toe hook over left on that left volume.
Yep.
And that, I think, was really crucial for that move. And Kai's.
Zoe Steinberg making it through the very first hard bit of women's 3. Nobody has made it past the next couple moves, though. And a top from Maya Madare on problem number 1.
Take a quick look at some more unofficial results here. Claire Bertfine still out in front. Kyra Condi happens to be in the booth with us right now, is in 3rd place with 2 tops for the men. Nathaniel Coleman still out in front. Carla Traversi in 2nd. Nick Milburn in 3rd place, but you have to think that 2 tops at a minimum to get into finals for the men. Remember, only the top 6 move on from semifinals for the men and the women.
And Ty Landman is probably going to be one of those if he climbs anything like he did yesterday. The 3rd place finisher in the qualifiers, Ty Landman, super strong. And next to him is Alex Puccio, the 9-time bouldering national champion, wearing a knee brace because of surgery she had last year, but she's coming back and she wants that 10th title so badly. What do you expect to see from Alex Puccio, Kyra?
Oh, I think she's going to crush these boulders. They're nothing's like scary, really committing, so I don't think she'll have a problem with committing with her knee. And then she's just ridiculously strong, so that'll come in handy on these boulders for sure. So.
Now, one thing we've been talking about a little bit is the kind of the battle between the old guard and the new guard. Megan Mascarenas coming up. Definitely a threat to Alex Puccio's reign. What do you think is going to happen there?
Oh, I think it's going to be a really, really exciting finals round if they both make it. I guess we have to see, but it's going to be a battle for sure. I bet the roots are going to be super hard.
Kyra, if you had to put your money on Megan or Alex?
I don't want to do that.
Who would it be?
I think it's going to be a really even match. It's going to be exciting to watch.
Alex Puccio making easy work.
Predictably, Alex Puccio hikes number 1.
Saw Sean Rabitou get called off of men's number 2 there. He was toking around the corner, which is not allowed with that red tape there.
We had some confusion about that in ISO, actually. We were told that we were able to do that.
Yeah, it looks like some confusion for Sean down there as well. See Ty Landman doing the exact same thing on men's number 1. Not sure about that.
Yeah, now also confusingly, the red tape is not as bad as the black tape. The black tape means don't touch at all. The red tape means your body can cross or even touch, but you can't use that feature.
Yeah, interestingly enough, we changed that because at a youth Pan American Championships in Chile, none of us knew that because they had the black hard boundary and we had black as a soft boundary. And so we had a bunch of people get disqualified because of it, or called off early on a route.
Bummer.
See Will Englund there in his last problem. Will started very strong in the semifinal round, trying to get another top here, trying to make his way into finals. Andy Lamb there in the middle of your screen, wrestling with those big green So Will holds. See if Nina can pull together on this last problem.
She's laughing.
She was laughing on the third climb too.
That's awesome.
She's a really smiley climber. Every photo you see of her when she's climbing she's smiling. It's cool.
Lily Canavan. What was that problem like, Kyra?
That one I felt was really my style. I really like the circle holds a lot. It's really pinchy and just like hand strength.
Yeah, you cruised right up that one to the top.
Yeah, the ending actually wasn't how I read it. You end up flipping that left hand and then standing up to the final hold. And it was really solid if you did it that way. So,
nice.
But it's tricky. I don't think a lot of people see it from the ground.
Oh, hanging on with one arm.
Yeah, that.
Not going to happen. Sean Rabitou still struggling with men's 2.
Those pockets look brutal. The men had pockets on their qualifiers yesterday too.
Yep.
So a lot of them are not happy about that in ISO.
Yeah. Nina Williams with under a minute left to try to make her top of number 4. We'll see about that.
This will likely be her last attempt.
Megan Martin high on 3. Still has not yet seen someone finish this problem.
That's such a
what are those
difficult
holds
sequence.
like, Kyra?
They're very, it's like a slopey crimp, but it's like a dish, so it's really hard to get established on it how you want. That hold's actually scored as a match, and both holds are scored as a match, and it was really hard to match it. You just kind of burned her off.
Nina now racing the clock on problem number 4.
Great showing from Nina Williams this weekend and Will Englund as well. As we move on to our top female qualifier and our number 2 male qualifier.
This is the moment that we've been waiting for here. We got Megan Mascarenas now stepping up to women's problem number 1 and Jimmy Webb for men's 1.
I think Megan will walk this first climb. Hopefully not jinx her, but it seems like her style. She's good at those techie things with lots of heel hooks and just she wizards her way up things.
Is there anything that Megan will not walk in this comp that you've seen?
Honestly, I think these boulders will suit her really well. There's room for error on number 4, but that's just the same as anybody, and she'll crush number 2. And
what about 3?
3,
Do you think?
I hope to see her crush it. It'd be awesome to see someone do it.
Yeah.
With how close Megan just was, I think Megan Mascarenas will crush it.
See our number 1 qualifier in the chair there doing the chalk whisperer routine. Daniel Woods up next. But first, Jimmy Webb climbed super well in qualifiers yesterday.
Ooh, now right now it looks like, I couldn't tell, but it looked like Megan Mascarenas was possibly, oh no, she was using a little jib, okay. The competitors are not allowed to put their fingers in the bolt holes. And I thought for a second that's what was going on, but it wasn't.
Megan trying to eye up the sidewall.
That sidewall is good beta. Wish I had seen that.
Super smooth.
Megan
from Megan
Mascarenas.
Super smooth.
Hiking very easily. Her open hand strength is so insane.
Her everything strength is insane.
Yeah.
She never ceases to amaze me with the things that she does, inside and outside. She's been crushing outdoors as well.
Charles Barron just got to the top of men's 2. A lot of action happening. Too fast to even talk about it all. We're doing our best though here live in Madison, Wisconsin.
This third bowler isn't suiting Michaela very well. She super strong, like you said, been climbing awesome, but when it comes to big moves, she's not as good at it. She's also only 5 feet, so.
Yeah, Michaela's a very talented climber.
Mohammed Jafari is on men's number 3. Men's and women's 3, neither has been finished yet. Still waiting to see somebody do it.
Mohammed's looking strong, yeah.
He did really well in the first 2 problems, but this is the kind of problem that I would expect to see him do a little worse on. It's just not quite the style that he's used to. But he's looking really good right now.
He's looking super strong, really solid.
His left arm is in
God.
an uncomfortable position, not able to generate as much upward pull as you want.
Jimmy Webb with less than half his time left to complete number 1.
Plenty of time for Jimmy still.
Zoe Steinberg is trying to find the beta through this 4th climb.
Jimmy Webb a favorite to make finals coming into the comp. Obviously one of the best boulders in the entire world. It's a real treat to get to see him here, see if he can perch his way over there. Nice work from Jimmy Webb. Reels it in.
All it took was for him to get a finger on that hold and he could lock his whole body off and prevent the swing. Jimmy Webb topping out number 1, not without difficulty.
Yeah, you can see him reacting to the sharpness of those holds. I think he's glad he didn't have to do that again.
Very close by Zoe Steinberg.
Palmer Larson there on the far left side of your screen on his final semifinal problem.
Palmer's a really calculated and careful climber, so this isn't really his style, but that was a good effort right there.
Several climbers just getting in their last-ditch effort with 40 seconds on the clock. They're going to have a 5-minute rest before the next problem.
It's been a while since we've seen a top on some of these more difficult problems. Maya not able to figure it out. Mohammed, everybody running out of time. We'll be right back with our number 1 male qualifier, Daniel Woods, coming out to defend his 9-time national championship. Welcome back to Monona Terrace. We have our number 1 male qualifier out, Daniel Woods, the vaunted 9-time national champion. most decorated male boulderer in U.S. history, stepping on his first semifinal problem.
Daniel Woods, just like Alex Puccio to his left, really wanting the 10th national championship here. Muhammad Jafari beat him out last year, but Daniel is still the American champion 9 times in a row.
Daniel really took the qualifying round too, with the only person to get 5 tops.
Yeah, we weren't sure what we'd see from Daniel, what his focus level would be, but he definitely came in focused yesterday. Showed the other men that he means business. And speaking of business, Alex Puccio taking care of business on women's number 2. Trying to get some light stretching in. Nice work from Alex Puccio. Just got to get that other hand up.
Daniel Woods and Alex Puccio. This is classic Bouldering Nationals television right here.
That was crazy beta from Alex on that number 2. The heel above my head is not ever something that I think of.
Nice work from Daniel Woods on men's number 1. It's really a testament to the work ethic and dedication of Daniel Woods and Alex Puccio that they've come here and won 9 times. It's so easy to get beaten at this comp. There's one mistake in any round, you could be out. And Daniel and Alex just here year after year doing it, coming out on top.
And they're truly among sports greats. I mean, what other sport do you see one woman and one man reigning for nearly a decade?
As we see some updated scores, our Kai Leitner moving into 2nd place. Claire Burfine and Sierra Blair Coyle still holding up at the top of the women's leaderboard. Looking like 2 tops could get into finals for the women. Same with the men. See if we can get some tops for the men on number 3. Same for the women.
Megan Martin right near the top of number 4. We've talked about this problem quite a bit because that's just a baffling sequence.
Yeah, looking at it, it was kind of one of those ones where it's like turn around, look, have no idea, get on the wall, which is sometimes like you just got to wing it and hope that it happens.
Lily Canavan heading up on women's problem 3, still unclimbed.
I feel a send coming. Women's 3.
I think we're going to see at least 1 top on women's 3.
Men's 3 also seems very doable for climbers the caliber of Jimmy Webb or Daniel Woods, or Ty Lamon for that matter. Ty must have finished men's 2 while we were checking out some of the other climbers, since he is down in his chair, toweling off. See if Sean Rabitou can get it going here. He's not had a really great semifinal round yet.
Sean's looking super strong though right here.
Love to see him break through into Dell finals.
He has gotten a little higher on this problem than most men. And it is an unclimbed boulder so far as well, just like women's 3.
Sean trying to make it work. It's not going to happen. Same for
Megan Martin.
Megan.
One hand on the finishing hole. Let's see if she can get to it. And that is the second top, only the 2nd time that number 4 for the women has been finished. Sierra Blair Coyle did number 1, and Megan Martin with a spectacular effort. She is happy with that, you can tell.
I'll position her nicely. The scoring system here does reward doing well on problems that other people have struggled with, so we'll see how that positions Megan Martin once we get her score in there. As you see, Nathaniel Coleman still in front for the men. Still some super strong climbers to come here. Alex Pucci only halfway through her semifinal round. Megan Mascarena stepping up to her 2nd problem. Climbers really taking their time, evaluating things. Like Kyra said, it can be kind of daunting when you turn around and look at some of these problems for the first time and you're like, whoa, I have to climb this.
Yeah, when you turn around and just see a wall full of volumes, you kind of get lost in, in the sea for a bit. It's kind of baffling, but this one actually has a pretty, women's 4 actually has a pretty basic sequence once you actually get on it, but the top is just weird.
We just saw Jimmy Webb with a foot slip off of men's 2.
He's not looking too sharp yet. He fell on the first problem as well before getting to the top. See if he can recover on problem number 2.
Problem 2 for the women will probably cater to Megan's open-handed strength.
Oh yeah, I think she's gonna do this really easily, especially if she sees that beta to flip the left hand to go to the finish.
Yep. Of course, as you pointed out, Kyra, pretty much anything climbing is Megan Mascarenas' strength.
It's very true.
God,
I don't really know a big weakness of hers. I can't just name one off the bat.
She just looks tiny up there, doesn't she?
She's making it look easy right now. Wow. Megan Mascarenas 2 for 2.
No
Our number
problem,
1.
barely an effort, and on the left side, Michaela Kirsch topped out for only the 3rd time, women's number 4. Michaela,
that'll
very
Michaela
well.
into first place.
That's 3 tops.
Yeah,
Michaela,
she will be in the finals.
Michaela, the first woman to finish 3 of the 4 problems. Jimmy Webb recovering nicely for a second try send on men's number 2. Michaela Kirsch. Really
very
incredible performance for her.
Michaela Kirsch.
Really impressive.
Should be seeing her in finals tonight at 7:45 Central Time. Do not want to miss that. Be crowning our national champions for 2016.
Mohammed Jafari getting all twisted up.
Wow. That was a crazy move.
Mohammed, our defending champion.
Undoubtedly the most injury potential of any of these problems. These climbers are going from 2-finger pocket to 2-finger pocket, often with full body weight on just those 2 fingers.
Yeah, especially on that move.
This does not look pleasant.
Yeah, and there's no feet for this part. I don't quite know what they want you to do.
Bonus points for the figure 4 from Mohammed Jafari.
The figure 4 off the 2-finger. Don't think it's going to work.
Don't think that's the intended beta, but
I'm all about that.
He doesn't want to let go,
I was gonna
though.
say, he doesn't want to have to do that move to that again.
Exactly, yeah.
I think it's probably going to be his last try. We'll see. There's time for another attempt, but whether or not he can get back to that point, he looks a little flummoxed right now. Charlie Barron on men's 3 there. Trying to sustain his momentum from qualifiers yesterday. Make it into finals. He's gonna have to step it up though right here if he wants to make it into the top 6.
Wow.
We've only seen a couple competitors do what Charlie Barron just did, which is go to that blob statically.
Right-handed.
Yeah.
Those holds are really tricky too, just because there's a lot of different spots where you can grab them, and not any of them are quite as good as you want them to be.
Yeah, I bet.
Starting to get some more clarity around the scores here. Looking like 2 tops would be what it takes to get into finals for the men. See if any of our competitors can best Nathaniel Coleman in the clubhouse with 3 tops right now.
Maya Madare struggling a bit on the start of women's number 3. And Mohammed just not able to get back up to his high point, looking at his fingers as if they're in pain, which I bet you they are.
Yeah, I'm happy I didn't have to climb that.
Almost certainly going to be it. There's only 16 seconds left. Great showing from our defending champion, Mohammed Jafari. We'll have to see where he ranks in the scores. Should be right in the mix with 2 tops.
Getting that hold on the other side of that volume for Charlie might be pretty crucial for his score.
Yeah. Yep. Charlie put in a great performance.
Still waiting for some updated scores. You know, Michaela Kirsch is going to be in first place right now with 3 tops. Claire Burfine, Megan Martin, nice performance by her, sneaking in there with 2 tops. Looking like 2 tops could be enough to get in for the women too. There will be a cutoff there.
You're definitely not going to need 3, but I think some people who make 2 will not make it.
Stepping up, now we have so much talent, it's hard to imagine. There's Daniel Woods right there on men's number 2. We've got Ty Landman, Alex Puccio, Sean Robitou, and Lily Canavan. This is such an exciting time. You're seeing the final competitors here in the semifinal, and it is still up for grabs who's going to be in the top 6 to compete in finals this evening.
See Daniel Woods struggling a little bit here, trying to regroup. on men's number 2.
Lily impressed everyone at Dark Horse Finals last weekend by taking the win at that.
Yeah, I had not seen her compete previous to this weekend. Really impressed with her climbing.
She's one of the really strong youth competitors, so I've seen her before, but probably hasn't done a whole lot on the adult stage, but it's really impressive. She killed it in qualifiers.
Yeah, it's awesome seeing a new name, someone like Lily Canavan.
Yeah, her and Maya, really impressive in qualifiers.
Yeah, very much. Daniel struggling on 2. Ty Landman working the infamous green blob on problem 3.
Doing the tall man beta.
Tall man beta.
Got some of the best climbers in the world on the wall right now. Alex Puccio, Ty Landman, Daniel Woods, and Sean Rabitou. Incredible showcase right now for these athletes.
Sean looks like he's not liking those pockets. Hopefully we're going to see this move on women's 3.
This is
what we've been waiting for.
A chance to see this move, Alex Puccio.
Like I said, that hold that her right hand's on is actually scored as a match, so you're supposed to match that to go out to the next hold.
There it is. There's the match.
Just look at the incredible power that she has to reevaluate this move and try it for a second time.
This is the highest anyone has gotten yet,
in.
but it's just still proving to be too hard.
I don't know if they're going to give that as control to her. Wow, Sean getting stretched.
Sean Rabitou getting cray on men's problem 4, flying through the air.
That was amazing.
D Wood struggling on number 2 here.
Looks like he might do it here, though. I think he's got it.
Daniel Woods just inching his way up to that finish hold.
Looks like we might see Sean get a top here on number 4 as well.
Daniel Woods. Do not think he got credit for the match there. That is a Sean Rabitou eyeing up. That is an insane attempt by Sean Rabitou.
It's so awesome seeing all of these climbers at once. It's overwhelming, honestly.
Yeah, too many people to talk about. The feet for the women's number 3 are really awkward to get over to that other sloper, the other Entreprise sloper.
Daniel Woods trying to keep pace with Jimmy Webb, Nathaniel Coleman, among others.
It sure looked like Daniel Woods touched that top hold with both hands, but he just was not able to control it. A common problem with a few of these today.
1 minute 20 seconds.
Problems 3 for both men and women have not been finished. So we've got Ty Landman for the men and Alex Puccio trying to become the first competitors to finish these problems.
Alex with just incredible tension, but it's so hard to keep your body into the wall. It just wants to open up, and you saw that with Alex.
Yeah, it's so easy to barn door off those holds since they're facing the same direction and your feet are kind of to the right under you. You really want them to be left.
Yeah, you want to get your left foot way out there.
Ooh. Only Nathaniel Coleman has gotten this high. Ty Landman is off, but that's a very good showing. Daniel Woods, once again, he needs to control this hold with both hands for it to count.
Daniel Woods.
There he
and there it is.
Getting the credit. You see the judge raise his hand there.
Not
nice
surprising. Excellent fight.
Lily just put on a really good effort on women's 4, but just barely missed the final hold there.
Does not look like this will be the year that Sean Rabitou breaks through into finals, but looking forward to many more years of him competing out here. Always fun to watch.
Indeed, Sean Rabitou is just getting started in his adult scene. Back to Jimmy Webb and Megan Mascarenas.
All the way to the left, we got Ian there and Charlie Barron.
See Nathaniel Coleman still out in front there. Muhammad Jafari positioning himself nicely for a repeat trip to finals. Carlo Traversi is going to be on the bubble for sure, but he might benefit from the fact that Muhammad Jafari does not count for the top 6 going to finals because he is a foreign national. We'll explain that more a little bit later as Claire Burfine still on top of the leaderboard here, but we are still a little bit behind on scores. We know Michaela Kirsch should be out in front. Remember, you can go to usaclimbing.org for all the official results, running orders, and information on the event. Should be posted up when we're done here.
Kyra Condi, competitor in the semis, is here with us also in the booth. Kyra, thanks so much for being with us here and talking.
Oh yeah, it's fun.
This will be an interesting battle here on women's number 3. Alex Puccio made the high point just barely.
Megan likes to not jump whenever possible,
wow.
so she was trying to avoid that for a second there, but she just did it.
She just made that happen.
She's not bad at jumps, she just likes to avoid them from what I've seen. She's actually really good at it. I think we might see this move though.
Megan Mascarenas is going to be the first competitor to get past this section. This is so difficult. Your body just wants nothing more than to open up right here and give up.
Oh,
Just
wow.
see the right side just come flying open. Jimmy Webb trying to give us our first top of men's 3. If anybody could do it, it's Jimmy.
That seems like a Jimmy boulder.
See if he can sort that out. He's got 3 minutes left, plenty of time. He's like, yeah, I got this.
Did Nathaniel fall going for the finish of that one, or?
He did. He touched the finishing hold, and so far only Nathaniel Coleman has been able to tickle that hold.
And that's why he's so high in the leaderboard right now with 3 tops. And then the only problem he didn't do, he got basically to the last move.
The first place on the...
And when a lot of climbers have struggled to get nearly that far in problem number 3, so really strong performance from Nathaniel.
And when no one else gets to the spot that you got to, you get the full first place rank for your points.
Charlie Barron heading up on men's 4. This is his last problem. We're seeing a lot of these climbers look at their fingers right after falling off of men's number 4 because those pockets are good, but their full body weight has to hang off them, and it's just not a very good feeling.
Charlie's one of those new faces that we see in semifinals. You're never sure how they're going to be able to keep the momentum going from qualifiers to semifinals to make it into finals.
Megan
Doesn't look like he's going to have
Jimmy
enough
right there.
to make it in. Yeah,
I think she's going to do it.
don't want to dab on Jimmy's beard. There goes Megan Mascarenas. Such a difficult move. Oh! Just a little bit too hard for these competitors. She does have enough time to get on again if she decides to. And she probably would have a sense that other competitors would have struggled on the same move.
Yeah, let's see if both Jimmy and Megan get back on at the same time, because Megan did almost kick Jimmy in the face on that one.
Yeah, that was really close. A couple of these climbs are really close, actually. On one of my attempts on women's 3, Nathaniel was killing it on number 4 and was just right in my face.
Yeah.
We can confirm that Michaela Kirsch is in first place right now with 3 tops. We'll be seeing her in finals later tonight at 7:45 Central Time. LT11.tv. Going to be seeing Megan Mascarenas out there as well. Trying to cheer her to the top of women's number 3 here.
Jimmy and Megan and Maya on the far left going for their final efforts here. Charlie Barron still struggling as well. Megan almost controlling that high hold.
Not going to happen for Jimmy Webb. Maya, the last climber on the wall for this round. Has great effort from her this weekend. Likewise, Charlie Barron. Great to see them both here as we get some updated scores that are not actually updated. But we do know that Michaela Kirsch is in first place. Looking like Claire Burfine and Megan Martin could be in finals, as well as Sierra Blair Coyle. That'd be an impressive performance for her. Kyra, you're on the bubble.
I'm pretty sure I'm going to be a spot out, actually.
Nathaniel
Sadly.
Coleman, Kai Leitner, Muhammad Jafari. Looking forward to seeing all of them in finals tonight as well.
Women's number 3 will never be climbed. And the last chance for men's number 3 is right now with 9-time champion Daniel Woods eyeing the holds. We have not seen anyone top this problem. Nathaniel Coleman got the closest by slapping the final hold with one hand. Do you think Daniel Woods can make this happen?
this seems like something that he could just power his way through. He's just so much stronger than everybody. So I think it's very possible that we could see a top on number 3. Alex Puccio is about to try number 4 here.
What do you expect from Alex on number 4, Kyra?
She has definitely improved on her slab climbing. I think that's something she was working on for her World Cup performances. And so I think this seems like something she could do. It's not particularly difficult at any point, just kind of tricky. So
okay.
If she figures it out, I think she'll easily top it.
D Woods flexing every single muscle in his body, trying to make the first ascent of men's number 3. Alex Puccio.
For sure punch her ticket to finals if she finishes this problem. Only one other woman has finished 3 of the boulders. She will likely be in finals regardless, but don't leave anything to chance. Since she did get very high on problem number 3.
Far left, Alex Puccio, top section number 4.
Alex has a lot of experience with the style of climbing, having competed on the European World Cup circuit for several years. By far the most experienced competitor in this field.
Alex taking her time on the last move over here on the women's 4.
She wants the flash, obviously, and she's really going to invest some time into it. Over half the time for these competitors is already passed.
There she goes.
Alex Puccio making it look easy.
And there's Alex Puccio again with 3 tops. No problem.
We will see our 9-time national champion in finals tonight, going for number 10.
I believe that's 3 flashes for Alex too, even.
Yeah. Not surprisingly, Alex Puccio on to finals.
Yeah, that would be a huge upset if she didn't. But yeah, she and Michaela Kirst are the only women to complete 3 of the problems. Here's D Woods, still on climb men's problem 3.
This crowd getting behind Daniel. He would love to see somebody get to the top of this problem. Daniel is our last chance. That's what the crowd came to see. Not sure that he had his left hand in this position last time. It really leaves you in an uncomfortable spot trying to go up from here. Yeah, I don't think that's going to work for Daniel Woods. Ty Lamon struggling on this section.
Ty Lamon really struggling with this problem. Oh, and he finally gets his high point there.
Ty
The spectacular
so
crucifix.
One minute left for Ty Lamon here. Trying to punch his ticket to finals.
Ty's attempting the mono match on that, it looked like right
Oh
there.
my gosh.
Do not try that at home.
He ended up just grabbing the whole thing, which I think was smart, but
Yeah.
he was messing around with it for a bit there.
He knows that every move on this problem is going to count.
Oh.
Great climbing from Ty Lamon. You see him say, ow there.
Yep, another athlete looking at their fingers, shaking it, saying, ouch.
See where Ty ends up.
Yeah, all the men in isolation were talking about how they were hoping to not get pockets again today.
Oh, wow.
So I think this is probably the most pockety climb they could have gotten.
Just a couple of climbers left. Michaela Kirsch out in front. Alex Puccio should be right up there as well once her score gets entered. Claire Burfine, Megan Martin, looking like they're on their way to finals. That's a great show from Megan Martin. Take a look at our men's unofficial results here. Nathaniel Coleman still right up there. Kai Leitner. Be great to see him in his first adult bouldering finals.
It is also time to pick a new flash winner. The winner of the flash climbing raffle.
Megan Mascarenas and Jimmy Webb now both on their final problems. Jimmy could seal his ticket to finals with the completion of bench number 4. We've seen Nathaniel Coleman do it. None of the other men have been able to finish it though. Out of the 21 men climbing. So far, just Nathaniel Coleman. When he slam dunked that finish hold, Chris. Megan Mascarenas as well could solidify her position in finals with a finish of women's number 4. Don't think she needs to finish it though to make it to finals, but don't leave anything to chance here.
This is really exciting, seeing the final 2 climbers of the semifinal round here in Madison, Wisconsin. There's Jimmy Webb launching up on the 4th problem. I imagine he will be able to do this move.
Ooh. It's a difficult move just because you have to be very accurate to get your finger into that pocket in such a dynamic style like that. It's easy to miss and smash your hand. I want to thank Kyra Connie for stopping by. Hopefully, we'll see you in finals tonight. We'll have to wait and see what happens.
Thanks.
Kyra, thanks so much for joining us. Great to have you here. Your insight was awesome. Would love to see you in finals.
It was fun. Glad I could stay and talk.
Thanks, Kyra. We see Megan Mascarenas moving easily to the top of women's number 4.
I love watching Megan climb. She just does not make much look difficult. Even when she fell off of number 3, it looked easy.
It's a very matter-of-fact style. It's almost just like, oh, might as well climb this problem while I'm here.
That's right.
Climbing well beyond her years. Looks like she's been doing this for 20 years.
You can tell she's struggling. You can tell it's hard for her, but it just does not look like she's trying that hard.
Really nice work from Megan Mascarenas. Punching her ticket to finals tonight.
No,
she will battle it out with Alex
problem.
Puccio.
You know, it's just like predictable. Megan and Alex are basically neck and neck for these problems. This is going to be a battle between these 2 tonight.
They were neck and neck yesterday and during qualifiers. Neck and neck during semifinals here this morning at the Monona Terrace in Madison, Wisconsin. We are just coming up on the end of our semifinal round. Trying to save some energy for tonight's finals. It's going to be an incredible show starting at 7:45 p.m. Central Time, where we will crown national champion for both the men and the women. We still got to see who's going to be in that field. It's going to be the top 6 men and the top 6 women moving on from this qualifying round. All eyes on Jimmy Webb right now. Crowd getting behind him. They would love to see him get to the top of this boulder. Kind of surprised that he's not able to do that move.
You know, I am too, Brian. I kind of figured he could just camp us over there like we've seen a couple other climbers do. I noticed Jimmy looking at the clock a little earlier, trying to time his rest for his best attempt. I don't know what he's going to do here. I assume he'll give it another one. Why not? But he certainly looks a little defeated.
Yes, I actually I anticipated that he would be able to do all these problems, so see, gonna give it one more try. Just would love to get him onto that head wall. The crowd here would go nuts. Jimmy could get anywhere close to the finish of this problem. Just got to get through this section. Oh, not gonna happen for Jimmy Webb. Would think that's gonna be it.
I could argue you weren't loud enough. Scientific fact still holds true.
To have our unofficial finalists for the women: Megan Mascarenas, Alex Puccio, Michaela Kirsch, Claire Burfine, Megan Martin, and Sierra Blair Coyle. Unofficial finalists right now for the women.
And Jimmy is going to give it one more shot. Why not? All he has to do is get a high point, and it will help his standings. Oh, just unable to control that 2-finger pocket.
Looks like his leg was kind of pushing him off the wall, actually. Now all eyes on Danielle Woods, of course, the 9-time national champion. Got to look at our scores. Still waiting for Alex and Megan's scores to be in there, but Michaela Kirsch, Claire Burfine, Megan Martin, Sarah Blair Coyle likely moving into finals tonight. So look at the men: Nathaniel Coleman, Kai Leitner, Muhammad Jafari into finals tonight, as well as Ty Landman in 4th place. Carla Traversi just on the outside looking in. So close for Ty.
Daniel's starting up now, men's 4. It would be a shock if he did not finish this problem. It's only been finished once or twice, but
I think just once by Nathaniel still.
that's right, just by Nathaniel.
We've had a couple of competitors come close. Sean Rabitou and Nick Milburn both got very high in this problem, but only Nathaniel Coleman able to secure the finish.
If anyone can do it, it is Daniel Woods. You're looking at the 9-time champion here of Bouldering Nationals. He desperately wants a 10th win. There's just a certain ring, Brian, to 10 years of winning, isn't there?
I wouldn't be mad if I won 10 times, that's for sure. All eyes here on Daniel Woods, trying to get him to the top of this men's 4th problem.
Just 3 minutes and change left for Daniel Woods, the last climber of the semifinals here. This round is almost done.
Our top 3 male semifinals actually struggling a lot on this problem. Ty, Daniel, and Jimmy Webb all struggling to get even to the head wall.
Yeah, and it's interesting. Ty is on the shorter side for the men, Jimmy on the taller side for sure, yet it doesn't actually seem to favor either one. This is another one of those really well set problems that most people can climb, but a few can. Oh, ow. Oh my gosh, we are seeing something crazy. Even he knows it's crazy.
He looks a little frustrated at this point. We mentioned that Nathaniel Coleman was the only climber to complete it. Really impressed by how he climbed in semifinals. After qualifiers yesterday, he looked a little uneven, not on top of his game after having an incredible string of results lately, and he came out in semifinals and really dropped the gauntlet here.
That's right. Daniel has only topped out 2 of the problems, but we're looking like only, what is it, only Nathaniel Coleman has topped out 3, huh?
That's
for
right.
the men. So he is going to give it another shot.
Crowd getting behind Daniel Woods here. Trying a different approach this time. This has worked for some of the other climbers. Not able to make it work though.
Just crazy how every single competitor is not liking how that feels in their fingers.
Here we go, it is crunch time. Number 4, Daniel Woods, your last climber.
Last chance for Daniel Woods here in men's number 4. Trying to secure his spot in finals. Finishing it would remove any doubt of his presence. He's gonna have to go to the scorecards now and see where he ranks against the other competitors. Daniel did finish the first 2 problems. Should be enough for him to get into finals.
Daniel did not flash problem 2, but I would be hard pressed to think that he wouldn't actually be in the finals.
That's going to be it for Daniel Woods. Our
Not
number
exactly
1 qualifier. Not the way you like to close the show.
Exactly, not exactly what he wanted to do with that finishing one, but excellent effort by Daniel Woods. The semifinal round is now over.
Just a reminder that finals will start tonight at 7:45 p.m. Central Time. Go to lt11.tv to check that out. You can also go to usaclimbing.org for all the official results. They should be posted pretty soon after the event, after everything goes final here. You can see Alex Puccio on top for the women. Still looking for Megan Mascarenas' score. She should be right neck and neck with Alex and Michaela. Definitely into finals for Megan Mascarenas. No surprise there. Really surprised Megan Martinez here, Blair Coyle, into finals. Great showing for both of them. Kyra Condi on the bubble. Unfortunate for her. As the only competitor with 2 tops not to make it into finals.
For the men, Nathaniel Coleman is in first place at the moment. We have not gotten Jimmy's there. Jimmy Webb is actually on the edge here of finals.
Looks like he's actually going to benefit from the fact that Muhammad Jafari will not count against the top 6, so Jimmy will be in finals. Daniel should slot in there as well. Just got to sneak past Andy Lamb, who might be our bubble boy. 7th place right now.
Andy Lamb, the bubble boy.
Nathaniel Coleman and Kai Leitner definitely through to finals, along with Ty Landman. Carlo Traversi actually through to finals, it looks like, as well. So we'll wait for those results to go final just to be sure. There is an appeal period that goes on here just so everybody can confirm their scores. But go to usaclimbing.org for the final results to find out who will be in finals tonight. Chris, it's going to be a great show.
It's going to be an awesome show. Really psyched to see Michaela Kirsch in the finals for the women. That was a nice surprise. And certainly Sierra Blair Coyle. It's going to be a great one tonight.
It's going to be the battle between our defending champions, Muhammad Jafari and Alex Puccio. See who can take it from them. Anybody's guess. Come back tonight, 7:45 Central Time, LT11.TV. We'll see you then.
See you there.
Louder Than 11 is in the business of storytelling. Rather than just providing a live streaming service, we use broadcast as a medium to tell vivid stories. Our creative productions provide an experience that focuses on the heart of an event. We use innovative technology to tell stories that would otherwise not be told.